Today is the beginning of something very exciting. Planetary Fortress Rush has reached Masters. In the next few episodes, we are going to learn if we can compete in Masters and if we have it in us to get GM. Let's begin. Alright, here we go. First game of the day, a Masters Terran called Christo. I do really like this map for planetary rushes because there's so many angles you can actually hit from. I could technically... Okay, this would be the craziest thing I mean, I've done a lot of weird stuff, but this might be the craziest thing I've ever done on the channel. I could technically build the CC here in his back. I really don't think he would scout for that. I mean, he might, but there's a chance he wouldn't, and then I could even choose both angles. That might be a little bit too crazy for me, because if I lose that CC, now we're in Master League, we're definitely going to be losing the game, which is unfortunate. Especially because I'm going to do planetary rushes no matter what. If I lose a CC, I will literally go and make another one, which is obviously a massive investment. Now... since we're in Master League, it's really important that we figure out exactly what strategies work the best. Now we really need to pave the way to Grandmaster. We cannot really be messing around anymore. We need to figure out the best planetary fortress rushes. And don't worry, guys. Knowing myself, I'm totally going to be messing around anyway. But at least we need to like expand our knowledge a little bit. Try to get closer to that GM level of play. I think this challenge is probably the one where you guys have been doubting me the most. Can I really get GM with this? I actually don't know myself. I feel like usually if I get doubted, I'm like, come on, we'll get GM, right? It's usually pretty close, but I think we can get GM. But with this one, I am also not quite sure, so I'm really going to do my best here. Now, there's two different versions of the Planetary Rush that I know work against Terran. We can go for the Reaper Hellion version. We can go for accompanying it with tanks. I was actually considering doing like a proxy marauder as well, but the thing is, against Terran, you need to be something that can break the wall. So either tanks can kill it, or you can get Reapers who can just ignore the wall. I feel like those are the main options. Unless I get maybe a medevac with a tank drop, or something in the medevac, I don't know. But yeah, it's gonna be complicated anyway. Now, I'm gonna scout what he does. That looked like a Reaper ooh, he's greedy as hell. This looks like a reactor expand. Okay. Yeah, we're going to be ahead after this. This is just not the legitimate build, to be honest. So we're definitely going to get a little bit ahead, which is nice. And then I'm going to have to choose which planetary version I go for. Now, since he's playing so... how do you call this? Actually, no, I'm going to go across with this. Since he's playing a little bit greedy, I think I'm definitely going to go for the Reaper Hellion version. I have one SCV AFK here. And then I'll just make this CC like here somewhere. Now I need to send this Reaper across because he played the reactor first. Else I would definitely keep it at home. But right now, I just need to hunt some SCVs here. And this is exactly why we're going to be ahead. You can't have units out in time if you play Reactor Expand. And he's just going to lose a lot of SCVs for free here. I think what he was trying to do, like he was really hoping I would get baited by the SCV in my base. But sadly for him, I didn't. And there's going to be another SCV going down. And we're going to find ourselves a nice jump up into the main base. There we go, being extra annoying. He's going to have a few more Marines finishing, but like I said, we were just going to be ahead. This guy's... it's not a build for this exact reason. You literally get behind against a Reaper, which pretty much everyone builds, right? And that's why you know, at least try to hide it, or maybe go for like the command center in the main or something if you're going to play this. But now for us, it's a really nice start. He also didn't finish the bunker. And now I'm going to be able to get in here with the Hellion. It's about to arrive, I think. There we go. The Hellion is going to be very good against the Marines. He does have all the Marines together. A little bit of a mistake by him there, which is nice for us. There we go. A little bit of a micro. We're probably going to kill a lot of these Marines. If I was him, I would be targeting the Reaper here. Oh, okay. Let me back off a little bit, repair those. And need to get an engineering bay as well. And then the point is that I'm just going to fly in his main, drop everything in his main as well if I can. Try to get another few Marines. Ooh, oh, that was either lucky or extremely good targeting. I want to say it was good targeting there by him, because he really got both of those 1 HP units. Very impressive. I was just going to say, oh, I need to save those. Sadly couldn't. Now here is my planetary fortress. He's going to try everything he can to try and stop it. Whether that is going to work, I don't know. I want to put it like right there, I think. That seems like the best place. I do have a starport on the way. Let's get the SCV out. There we go. And I think this could basically just cut his entire army off. I could even make a bunker here. Maybe to like wall this off. There we go. And now, what is really sick about this, look at this. I have high ground vision because of the CC and the bunker. So I can just attack whatever he has from the low ground. He can't really stop this, guys. He can't really stand on top of this ramp. As you can see, I can just out-micro the Marines. And there's nothing he can do to stop it at this point, because I have the high ground vision. The planetary is just going to finish here. I think my medevac should be arriving at some point soon. Couldn't quite deny the starport. Don't think it will be necessary, however. Let's throw some grenades. He doesn't have enough stuff there. And there we go. The salt cannon has claimed another non-GG. We have, if I don't forget, we can actually put the GG counter up here somewhere. But another non-GG. The salt cannon is so strong. The units lost. I thought it was going to look even worse than this, but it looks pretty insane. 450 against 1550. And yeah, just a very clean rush. And mostly, I said it at the start, I attribute this victory to his build just being bad. I have to be very honest about it. Don't do this build, guys. Reactor first into expansion. It just dies to a single Reaper. It is just not worth it. We got really far ahead. It gave us the momentum to blaze through with our Planetary Fortress. Let's move on to game number 2. Alright, game number 2 against a Zerg called Jimmy. It is a pretty small map. I do like this map, though. I think we explained it in maybe 1 or 2 episodes ago that this map has an amazing spot for a Planetary Fortress rush. In that game, I actually ended up getting cheesed, I remember. And then we did like a really weird counter Planetary. It was an absolutely crazy game. I would love it if I could actually properly execute a Planetary rush here. Get it here. Deny every single base, every single exit he has. And then just dominate the game from there with map control. I do think, by the way, when you play maps that are a little bit smaller, this is something a little bit more advanced. Something if you're maybe like a gold or platinum player or so, you might not have to deal with yet. But there are, I want to say, subtle differences in strategies when it comes to small and big maps, even when you do something like a Planetary Fortress rush. If you guys recall, my ideal strategy initially was to get the Planetary down and then make Cyclones for map control, dominate the map, make sure they don't take any more bases, anything, and then just win economically. On a map that's small, a unit like the Cyclone is already not as good, because a Cyclone gets value out of locking on and running away, and that's it, right? Fighting straight up with a Cyclone, they are made out of paper. Worst unit in the game in that situation. And this map is small, so you don't have a lot of space to kite with the Cyclone. So here, I might want to go for a different strategy, maybe more tank-based, maybe go straight up into mass bio, something like that would probably be a little bit more suiting. Now, since it is a small map, we always have to be afraid of cheese. That's also probably the reason we got cheesed on this map before. Zergs typically don't really like playing small maps against Terran. This one is a bit of a different story because the bases are a little bit more towards the outside. So you can actually take, you know, a little bit of map control. You can actually get bases up safely. So this map is not as bad. But in general, if Zergs see a small map, regardless of what like the actual balance of the map is, they are going to be more likely to cheese. And it's also more likely that cheese works because the map is small. So we're going to go for a scout here. Overlord is coming out already. I'm going to make the depot. I would actually prefer to make the CC before, but I kind of want to see on this map whether it is a pool first or a hatch first before anything else. I kind of guess that it is a hatch first because I haven't seen links yet. Yeah, it is a hatch first. Oh, that's actually not a hatch first, but he is taking a third base. That is... I'm getting some mixed signals here, guys. He did not go for a hatch first, but it did look like his drone was trying to take the third base. Unless this is some incredible proxy hatch. Guys, thinking about it, that would actually truly be the Omega battle of my challenges. The PF rush against the proxy hatch. Can you guys imagine? And definitely in a scary situation now. If he's going to go for roaches, I'm not going to be able to stop it with Hellions. We're actually going to be in a lot of trouble then. So what I might do here, because I don't have the scout completely done, I might switch the add-on, start making Marines from this reactor, and get a tech lab for siege tanks. I would like to go for 4 Hellions first, though, because it's just very comfortable to get 4 Hellions. 2 Hellions don't one-shot Link, so even against Zerglings, they're not going to be that good. Gonna be able to send the first 2 right across the map. And now we have to be smart with our resources, because I didn't go for a double gas, which means that I most likely cannot afford both a tank and a planetary. And I still want to expand at some point, don't forget. I haven't seen any roaches yet, though. Let me see if he actually took this base. He did take that base. So maybe he's just... Oh, he is making a lot of links. Okay, that's a really good scout. Now we know. Link flooding is also not going to be the best strategy for him here. And actually, that's probably an... how do you say it? Understatement, because I made even faster Hellions than normal, and I'm not quite sure what the links are supposed to accomplish. He might even have... Yeah, he has less workers than me, most likely, here, guys. And if I can make sure this planetary gets up, his entire link strategy is gonna, yeah, just absolutely fall apart. I'm just gonna keep closing this wall. He could go for a Baneling bust. He has a... Why are the links running everywhere? What are... I'm so confused by his movement. Like, what are these Zerglings doing? I think maybe he's trying to go for, like, an ultimate surround. Does he really have that many? It's kind of hard to believe he has enough to surround all these Hellions. But I guess you never know. Yeah, I mean, he did get a surround on my planetary. He's trying to get even more here. He is not going to get much more. Oh, that's actually a pretty bad misclick by me. I was trying to only click those 2 Hellions away. But as you can see, we managed to scare off the Zerglings. My PF is going to get up slowly. His links are actually on the left side. I know, he's going to try to come for a surround. But he already lost so many links trying to do it. And I don't think it's enough to break this Planetary, guys. This Planetary is going to get up. The links are separated from the queens, which means I can just keep going. Let's see, get a really big hit on the Zerglings. There you go. And this Planetary has just completely separated him from the rest of his play. Every time he reinforces, you can see that the links just die. And even though my own economy, is absolutely terrible, I don't think he can defend this base. And I will be able to expand at some point. Now, I do have 1 million SCVs on one base. Actually, something I need to do is get better at making SCVs from this one, so I can actually, you know, repair it. Now, because he's talking to me, I'm not sure if he's still playing. Oh, he is. Okay. Okay, I was a bit worried that he had like 1 million Zerglings. Because he said my name, I was wondering if he was about to surrender. Usually that's what you do if you type to your opponent. I'm gonna kill this queen. He literally made no drones this game, by the way. I actually had a better economy than his somehow. I'm gonna show you guys that in a replay in a sec, but I actually had maybe even twice the workers. That was crazy. So what on earth was his build then? I only killed... He had 22 drones in total, even after I roasted his drones. This was a very suspicious build. It honestly looks like something I would play if I was Zerg. So he went for a pull first. He got speed super fast. And he was actually going to go for the Bailing Bow, so I was completely correct on that. And then when I had mass Hellions, he realized morphing Bailings was no choice, so he kept trying to get a surround. But in this scenario, the Terran should always win. The PF definitely helped. This was actually a very interesting dynamic. Let me explain what I feel about this. So this Planetary put him in a sense of rush. So I think this entire trade was... I don't know how many links he made. I think he made over 50 links in total. This entire trade was forced in his mind because of this Planetary. And because he doesn't have any drones, only 19 drones against 29, it was actually forced. If this PF goes up, his entire strategy falls apart. He needs some more 15 Bailings just to kill that. And indirectly, this Planetary did win us the game. I do wonder what would have happened if he maybe tried to not... Because he had 50 Zerglings, guys. If he tried to not attack this PF, maybe go around with Bailings, try to get a surround later. I do think this is the best strategy matchup we have gotten. I really feel like my PF rush with the fast Hellions just completely countered his strat. There was absolutely nothing he could do against it. Like I said, Hellions trade well enough that the only way he could win this is if he got that massive surround and killed all my Hellions for almost free. But I was not going to let that happen, and we won because of that. Units lost is probably going to look pretty insane. Oh my goodness, more than 10 times. 250 against 2,600 units lost. Absolutely disgusting, absolutely incredible. Let's keep it going. Alright, here we go. Another Zerg player, a barcode this time, and we are playing on the map of our dreams, perhaps. If you guys remember, my strategy last time on this map was... I'm not sure if it was the last time, actually, but the one I remember the most was that I did a Planetary Fortress Rush, and behind it, I took the gold base, because this map does have a gold, so maybe I should put my camera hotkey here. I'm not sure. I definitely want to go for that strategy again. That game I played Reapers. This time I want to try the Hellions again, because like I explained earlier, I really want to perfect my strategy. I want to find a strat in which I believe that I can beat a decent Grandmaster with. That's the plan. That's what I want to do. And I think Hellions might be better than Reapers just for the reason of the last game. Now, my last opponent, like I said, we got lucky with the build. I think build-wise, it was hopeless for him, right? But Zergs can also reactively make links to try and stop the Planetary. And then the Hellions are going to be a little bit better than the Reapers. The Reapers have their value, especially on maps where you can jump into the main. You can split the links in half, force them to trade at the Planetary, half of them, half against your Reapers. You're going to get really good trades. Definitely more micro ability there, but in the end, I feel like the Hellions are going to provide with us, you know, a little bit more solid gameplay. But I'll try to figure it out each map. I think there must definitely be a map where I'm going to prefer the Reapers. If we think about Stargazers, for example, not quite sure if you guys can recall that map. It's the map it's bluish, purplish, has the base in the back where you can mine out the minerals. And that map, Reapers are very, very good because you can jump directly into the main, through the middle, go to the natural. And overall, it's a pretty short map. So the rush distance for those Reapers is going to be shorter. Of course, Hellions are very fast, so doesn't really matter. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Doesn't really matter what the rush distance is when your units are that fast. It's similar for Zerglings, right? Like, no one is going to complain about rush distance when it comes to Speedlings. If anything, they want it to be longer because that's where units like Speedlings and Hellions have their advantage. Now, where am I going to put the base? I definitely had a little bit of trouble before on this map. I think... Oh, I do remember a TVC I played where my Zerg opponent was the bottom when... He did a little bit of a weird opener, caught us off guard, and by the time I tried to put down my PF, there was already creep there, so I couldn't. So once again, not a hatch first. I wonder why these are all playing pool first. Like, are they... Is that the counter to the salt cannon? Have they already encountered the salt cannon? Am I not the only one doing it? Now, this could be... This is going to be very risky, but we're just going to go with it. This is the best place, I think, where I can put it. If they're... Ooh! Need to be a little bit careful with that. Yeah, I think I'm not going to be landing that anytime soon. Those are pretty early Zerglings. I'm kind of surprised he's actually attacking the wall here. I'm not going to fall for his trick. He wants me to lift it up and then walk in. So I'm just going to take some time, actually finish these Marines, do not take any risk, and then I'll go on about my Planetary Fortress Rush. Now, even Overlord sees that we are just in massive trouble instantly. So that is not what I'm going to be doing. Or that's what I'm going to be hoping doesn't happen. Here we go. Oh, this is a really nice trade. Oh, we're going to kill all of them. Perfect. Okay. Now, I didn't scout for roaches. Roaches is the next troubling thing that could happen. He has 2 overlords here that I could actually kill. He found it! Oh no! He has found the salt cannon, guys. This is danger. This is danger levels right here. I need to go and protect that ASAP. I do think if it finishes... I'm going to send an SCV just in case. If it dies, I want to have an SCV there. If it finishes, it should be good enough, I would think. Let's see how far the creep is. Okay, so I did find this Hellions. The creep is already here. If we can just deny the creep beyond this point, it's gonna be okay. There is already 2 queens though. Yeah, I have to go for that creep tumor, guys. There's no option. He does have multiple thingies already. Let's get it. Okay, we got the creep tumor. That's very nice. Gonna be able to land this Planetary right now, which is great. A little bit more on creep. And actually, these Hellions are gonna help out, or these Marines are gonna help out a massive amount. Because Hellions cannot really damage queens. But the Marines here, which is actually kind of unintentional because I was forced to make them because of the pool first. They can actually do a really good job. Now we have to expand behind this. And this is definitely a map where we can make the, you know, the Cyclone style happen. He's making roaches. He has Ravagers already. Well, this is actually pretty YOLO what I'm doing. But I think we could do a little bit of nice damage here. Attack some of his APM. Get a double. Yeah, there we go. That's a nice double kill. Let's start the second factory. I think I even have to start 2 factories here. Well, I didn't have the gas for it yet. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna make some SCVs here. Maybe I should be scouting for a hidden base myself. I did abandon the idea of taking the gold base here because the game was getting a little bit hectic. I'm just gonna scout around the map real quick. I do have 3 SCVs repairing, which means it is probably not gonna die anytime soon. Keep in mind, though, our economy is going to be a lot worse. Until I really get, like, my natural saturated and all that. Should I... I think I should go for another command center before... making more factories. Else my economy might be a little bit too weak. I am definitely scared of the Nidus, though. The Nidus idea is... yeah, if that's actually the case, that's going to be tough to deal with. Wouldn't be... against scanning? Actually, I'm just going to do it. Let's go. Okay, oh, that is a cool move. A proxy, or a proxy hatch. I'm too used to my own challenges. He is doing a macro hatch in his main. And that's a really good idea, because Zerg probably cannot really spend all the money without that extra larva of the 3rd base. So that is actually a great idea. Did notice the lair being built, however. And maybe I have to be smart here and realize that if a Terran economy is the same as Zerg, at least early on, it is pretty good for Terran. So... maybe I don't have to take another base just yet. Maybe I just have to focus on saturating this, making sure I don't die to a Nidus or whatever he is gonna do with that. He does have 2 spines. I'm actually very surprised that this is the answer. I mean, I understand it's panic, because who the hell does proxy Planetary rush, right? But if you think about it, Planetaries can't move. In case you guys didn't know, you can't pick up a Planetary and fly. So... the spines are kind of funny because it's not like I can get any closer. I mean, how much could I really have if I already committed so many resources to doing a Planetary Fortress Rush, right? It's not like I can also have siege tanks and a full bio army standing there, so that is a little bit funny. Now, I did kill that Overlord, which is nice. I can actually build every CC on location, by the way. That's a big advantage of this. I do not have to be afraid of... oh, okay, now we need to be careful for the Nidus. The Nidus can start coming down. He's actually going to go for a scout instead of... Very interesting. Let's kill that changeling. There we go. And then I'll just kill the overseer. Okay, that makes me think it's definitely not a Nidus. Unless it's just like a massive bait. Now I'm going to put my barracks here so I get vision. And I have all the map control I need, which is great. Let's see, there is a spire going down. He does... Actually, I'm going to start some turrets here then, right? I mean, why not? That I think it's the thing that makes the most sense. So he's going to go for a spire. He doesn't have a lot of Ravagers at all. Oh, he's going to try and break it now. That is interesting. Before the Mutalisk, I mean, he's going to take a massive amount... Is this going to die, guys? I don't think this is going to die, to be honest. Planetaries are really strong. He's trying to target the SCVs now. I'm backing off a little bit. Guys, oh my god, he's left the door open. I can just get in and start roasting the drones. He's busy with the Planetary. He doesn't have the Mutalisk yet. And now he's going to lose so many drones. If he pulls the roaches back instead of killing the Planetary is going to stay alive. It is a pretty close battle here, though. He's going to lose a Mutalisk to that turret. Let's see, we're diving, killing the drones. It's still doing fantastic. Not even the spines can really defeat it. And look how many drones he's losing. This was a really good distraction as well. Planetary might finally die. Can we get that queen? Oh my god, I can't believe how many kills did this thing get? It's actually insane. One more. There we go. All right, it has been broken. But it was a hell of a defense. And now I'm going to make a Planetary there. Get turrets in each base. I think I have enough Cyclones for the Mutalisk, but you never know. He's going to lose 2 more Mutalisks to the defense. Guys, this rush was freaking insane. I didn't think it was going to be this strong, but... He's just gotten absolutely obliterated by the rush. He lost so many drones, so many units to the PF. All of his queens, I want to say. And now even Mutalisks. Now, he does have a good amount. I haven't been able to go out because... If Cyclones get caught, they're kind of rough. But yeah, look at what I have here, guys. He's going to lose all these units for free. Let's see, can he keep... Oh, I didn't actually get a lock on the Mutas. They locked on the Zerglings instead. He does have a decent amount of roaches. That is by far the scariest part about all this. Roaches can usually kind of bulldozer 2 Cyclones, but I really do believe with the 3-base saturation, 68 SCVs, that I have just done enough damage with my Planetary Rush. Can start working on Blue Flame as well, and getting an armor for the additional upgrades. He hasn't taken this base yet. Okay, he is making a lot of units. I think I have to be smart here. I'm going to send 1 Hellion around the map. Like, it's the only way I could lose this game, because Cyclone is such a snowbally composition. If I lose these units, it's going to be bad. I'm actually going to go for building armor here. Oh, this looks really nice here. Yeah, all the links are dead. He can't surround me already. And I think without the links, there's no chance that he can actually stop this at this point. Gonna get the Mutas now. Oh, that's actually... Oh! How am I keeping vision of that? That is insane. Okay. I mean, I can just kill this with a few lock-ons as well. It's really gonna die instantly. There you go. The only thing that the Cyclones are not as good against is the Ravagers. Let me wait for the Broodlings to expire. And now I'm going to get on top of the Ravagers. There's no links to accompany these. These are going to die as well. And that is going to be it for Barcode Zerg player. And this was easily my favorite game of the day so far. It's not going to end yet. I'm definitely going to play at least one more game. But this was absolutely brutal. And this was once again just another, you know, heavenly Planetary Fortress rush. Because it did everything it had to do. First of all, opponent got scared, made 2 spine crawlers, way too much on the defense. Planetaries can't move. It's not necessary. He used them to break it later, but it's such an investment early on. He stayed on 2 bases, didn't try to get any counter damage done. He tried to break the Planetary, probably right before he was ready, allowing my Hellions to sneak in. The Planetary killed so many queens, so many Zerglings, so many roaches. Turrets killed Mutalisk, and by the time it was all over, I was just massively ahead. And this game legitimately made the build look strong, and that is scary, guys. Is PF Rush gonna be meta? That's gonna be a scary time for everyone out there. For us, it's awesome. Let's move on to the next game. Ooh, a 5k Protoss player. Oh my goodness, guys. Is this... This has to be our hardest opponent yet. By really far, I think. And how on earth are we gonna win this one? I am not quite sure. I'm trying to think of the best way to do it. I think, I'm going to go for a proxy. It's maybe a little bit late. This is a big map, so you kind of have to send the SCV instantly. But I'm still going to go for it. I want to do a proxy that looks as normal as possible. The scariest thing about doing a proxy here is that my opponent, after realizing it's a proxy, sometimes they scout beforehand, but after realizing it's a proxy, he will scout for it. And that could lead to him finding my command center. And that's the scariest part. If you do a build from home, that doesn't matter. But what can I make from home that is threatening enough That is what I'm wondering about. I'm gonna make the barracks here. So the last time I did straight up proxy marauder, I believe. Now I want to do a little bit more of a classic high level proxy. So I'm gonna make one Reaper, distract my opponent with it, and then go for the marauders, and then for the command center. That's the ideal situation. I have no idea how I'm gonna afford all of it, but I'm gonna be trying my best. And let's just hope he doesn't scout for a proxy initially. At least make him wait for my Reaper to arrive to then scout for the proxy. That'd be very nice. These proxies can actually be countered super hard. If you proxy against the Protoss, in particular against the Protoss, they scout it. The game usually just ends. So the fact that it's not happening right now makes me very, very happy. And then when am I going to build the command center? It's actually a tough question here because normally with these kind of builds, you also want to make a Reaper. Or a bunker, rather, I should say. And if I make a bunker too... Oh, I can block his base for a little bit. There we go. I don't want to block it forever, because I actually want to do damage. This is... We have to be smart about it, you know. If I would have blocked it instantly, then I actually, you know... He's going to make more units and defend my stuff a little bit easier. So that's kind of a thing I have to be careful for. The fact that he's on one base, that definitely scares me, because that means that he... yeah, he's probably going to make at least... a Stalker and probably a Stargate before the Nexus, which is terrifying. You could have made an Adept, actually. That could also make sense. Let's see. So it's a Zealot first, of course. He doesn't have a second gas, actually. Are we being proxy gated, perhaps? That does make sense. Could there be a proxy gate? He's making a second gate, at least. Second gate is actually very scary here. Because, yeah, if it's just too many Stalkers, what are we supposed to do with the command center, right? But I'm still going to give it my shot. I'm going to make the command center... right here. Oh, it doesn't fit. Right there. So then it is out of vision of a probe scouting by. Now, I'm just terrified of the two... it's probably going to be 3 Stalkers here, guys. Can I really combat 3 Stalkers? I don't know. I'm scared. You guys can probably see it in my face. I'm pretty scared right now. I really hope this is going to work because it's our highest opponent yet. But right now, I think we're going to need a lot of luck for this to happen. Should I make a starport at home? It's a little bit expensive, but... I think it might also just straight up be necessary to make a starport. Keep in mind, I still have to make an engineering bay as well, which is obviously pretty costly. Now, let's see if we can grab a Stalker. Oh, yes, this is perfect. What a start to this. Stalker was in front of the Zealot, and now we can torture his natural. And that's going to be very nice. And now I'm going to make the engineering bay. And I don't know who blessed me with this plot armor, but this is definitely a little bit of plot armor being used. Now, I could go up the ramp. Let me just check quickly what there is up there. Oh, wait, he didn't actually use the Chrono Boost, guys. That's insane. Okay, gonna have to throw a grenade here. Oh, I have 2 Hellions, guys. I don't think he actually used the gateways to make Stalkers. It's gonna die. All the probes are gonna die. And I don't know what he did, but I'm not even gonna need this Planetary Fortress. He had every tool he needed. He just didn't make units from his gateways. And now he's just in a massive amount of trouble. Actually, I'm gonna need this PF, because else the workers are gonna be enough to hold me back, I think. He also does have the battery there, which is annoying. So I'm gonna make the PF, like, right there. Oh, he's out of range of the battery, I believe. He's gonna activate it. Is it in time? Yeah, it is in time. Okay. Now, the Planetary is here. Let's start the Planetary Fortress. Or, well, the CC is here. I wish the Planetary was here already. Yeah, the thing is, I can't kill anything under the battery. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna bait him and wait until it's over. It's over now. Let me try to get this Stalker. Okay, and I think without the battery... Oh, maybe he has DTs, but if he doesn't, I don't think there's anything that can stop my army already. There we go. Target down that Stalker. Next Stalker is next. And that's gonna be all it for him. The Planetary wasn't needed in this case. And... I would love to tell you guys I microed perfectly, but I really think this was just an absolute massive blunder by the Protoss. If you look at what happened here, he has a second gate. He's not using it at all. He's not chrono boosting it. He was incredibly greedy. His probe could have just seen I had nothing going on here. No add-on, no nexus. If he chrono boost Stalkers from both gateways, guys, I am not getting through that with my Marauders, and I'm going to have to do it with the Planetary Fortress. I think that would have been really exciting if we got to that stage, sadly. Or, well, normally I wouldn't say sadly because we won, but I was just so excited to see how it would work out. But yeah, massive blunder by him. And then followed by this... just ungodly timing, you know, just moving out, Stalker in the front, getting caught. It was just, everything was perfect here for us. We got very lucky, and I guess I'm thankful. Would have loved to see how it played out, but I'm gonna play one more game today, so let's see. Alright, we're playing against Niki's 5-4-7 Zerg player from Team Extreme. I do remember Team Extreme was actually pretty infamous on one of my series. I think we had a streak on maybe... Yeah, Ghost to Grandmaster. It was Ghost to Grandmaster where we just played, I think, like 3 or 4 different Zergs from the same team. And all the time I was just wondering, like, is this just the same person with a different name? I'm not quite sure. But alright, here we go. Planetary Fortress Rush, obviously a different beast than Ghost to Grandmaster, so we'll see. Now, should I stick... Actually, this is a decent map for Reapers. The rush distance is a little bit too long for my taste, though. Excuse me. So I think I'm going to go with a similar Hellion strat. Guys, I just got an idea because of what I was talking about. I could do Hellion Ghost to cover the PF. I know a lot of you have suggested to watch me do nukes. Personally, I found it very difficult to imagine that I could get, like, you know, enough money to do the PF plus nukes in time against a 2-base Zerg, right? That time goes pretty fast. But I could maybe go a Hellion Ghost. Use my Ghost to counter the Roach and Ravagers. That would be rough if they get too many, of course, but maybe early on it could be very good. And then later on, I could actually kind of transition into like mass PFs with Ghost. Kind of like a, you know, PF versus Ghost to GM hybrid. That would be pretty fun. Now, let's just see. Oh, he was Protoss. Oof. Dude, I'm so glad I checked. Oh my goodness. I've been warning you guys for this for like months now. I always get tricked by the porters. Well, thank goodness I checked. So now I have to change my strategy. I did do gas first, which means I can go for the fast Hellions. Now, is fast Hellions going to help me against Protoss units? That I do not know. I do have an idea in mind for sure. Let me try to provide a vision for you guys in that way. So what I want to do is... So far against Protoss, I've always been going for the brute force option, right? But I could also go for the... How do you put this? Maybe like danger levels or distraction technique. Like, what if I have Hellions in every base and a PF going up? If he ignores the Hellions, he gets destroyed by the PF. But if it just goes everything on the PF, the Hellions will kill all of his probes. So this could actually be pretty easy to defend. It could also be incredibly hard to defend. That I don't know. He's making another gateway, which is very suspicious and perhaps a little bit unfortunate for us too. Because, yeah, I feel like Hellions, usually they go for tech, especially if they go for Twilight or Robo first. They don't have as many units. You can easily drive by, or even when you drop, there's not enough units to defend it. But if he goes for multiple gateways first, that is actually gonna be a little bit complicated. Now, I guess we'll just see what's going on. I made my starport before my CC. Not quite sure if that's what I wanted to do. But that's where we are now. So I'm going to make the CC roughly here. And I guess I'll try to fly it into his base. Into his main base, rather. Obviously, I'm going to fly it into his base. But I think I want to fly it into his main base. It just kind of depends. I need to multitask this really well. It depends on where exactly my other units are at that time. Are my Hellions destroying the natural? I would obviously want to go for the main. But also the other way around, right? Now I'm going to take a small peek. Ooh. I can actually get in here for free. Dude, he's making so many gates. His build is actually pretty strange here. Maybe he is a Zerg player after all. I don't know, guys. This build is not normal. He also has no probes. Actually, it looks to me like he's doing my PvT speedrunning SC2 build where he makes no probes and goes for like 5 gates. Like, it really looks exactly like that from my POV at least. So, dude, this building looks so small here. It looked like, I was like, did I make a starport on accident? How does it look so small? Or is it just me that thinks that? Maybe it's just me. Okay, I'm also gonna... I need something to defend. But I feel like I'm more in a position to just do more and more damage rather than actually try to play a legit game from this, right? So I have these 2 Hellions. These are destined for the natural. And then the CC, yeah, it's just gonna go wherever there is space, pretty much. That is the plan so far. I do think this could totally be DTs as well, so I might have to make a Raven. Now, you're just gonna go there. And then I guess we'll just see how it goes. Oh, he has a little Stalkers here, I think. Oh, he made a Sentry. That is way nicer. Let's see. Can we do some damage? The Planetary is coming, and now we're going towards the natural. This is fantastic for us, because he's going to be distracted by this move over here. Hellions are in the natural too. There we go. And now he has to choose between what to defend. Let's see. He's not quite coming down here. I can't really kill that many under the freaking... battery here. That's a little bit unfortunate. Planetary is down, and now we run back into the base. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna have to fly over, do a little bit of elevatoring here, and then try to save this Planetary from all the probes pretty much. There we go. We can get some fat hits. This is a really sick combination so far. I'm really trying to get as many probes as I can. I've killed a bunch more. I have a few more Hellions that can actually run into the base. Let's siege over here. See if I can distract the Stalkers. Might be able to kill one of these. He has like no probes left after this, by the way. The Planetary has been an insane distraction. And I think we are going to get out ahead of this. Now I'm just going to cancel that. Maybe even get out. No, actually lost both Hellions last moment. And how many workers does he have now, guys? Probably less than me. Probably maybe even... Does he have less than 5 workers? No, that sounds a little bit crazy. He probably has like 10, if I had to guess. Maybe 10 workers. And now we're going to expand back at home. And you guys can see it actually worked pretty much as I intended it to. He had to choose which path to defend, and he couldn't choose properly. Maybe there was actually not the right decision to be made. Maybe he just didn't have enough units to defend both. But in any case, I got out massively ahead. Now the strong counterattack is coming. And I'm going to have to run by to have any hope. He has Blink already. Yeah, that is going to be rough. If he's chasing me, though, there's hope. This is going to be a tough defense. 100%. But if I defend it, I should be in a winning spot. I'm going to have to pull a bunch of SCVs to protect my siege tank. Try to click these in the main. He's being very careful about this, which is nice for us. Let's see, what can we do here? I'm going to have to siege this tank. There we go. He's going to blink on top, probably. No, he's not. He wasn't brave enough. There you go. Sounds a bit rough, or a bit harsh as you say it that way, but I do think he could have used a little bit more bravery there. He's going to kill these depots. I think it's probably going to be totally fine if he does that. I'm going to send my Raven to keep the economic pressure on. He can kill that depot too. That does suck a little bit. That is one more than I would have liked to lose. Now, I could make another medevac too here, guys. If I make another medevac, I could actually get a drop going. And 3 Hellions will still one-shot the workers, right? So that is pretty big. Now, my second CC has been finished. There we go. And then... Am I brave enough myself to move forward here? That I don't know. I mean, I have... Oh, he's not paying attention? Yes, that is perfect. Okay. From that movement, it looked like he wanted to blink into the main. So now we know roughly that his Stalkers were positioned around there. That's nice to know. And I'm really going to try to go down slowly, because I feel like we got enough ahead that I can just go down here at my own pace. Don't have to hurry it at all to desperately get more economy. Now this medevac does have to go all the way around. What is my follow-up here exactly? It is not that easy to follow up from this, it seems like. Like another siege tank here. I'm going to go for 4 tanks, just because it covers ground perfectly. And then that one is going to make stim. I do need to be careful for charge. This is a very big mistake Terrans will... Or more like a trap that Terrans will fall into. If you're ahead with this push, you can very easily die to like 8 Zealots with charge, because tanks and Marines without upgrades do not kill Zealots at all. It's a massive struggle, so you need to add like a little bit more defense. And then maybe together with this Raven, I could do some pretty sick harassment. It has 3 turrets soon. If I drop 2 at the same time... Oh, that's pretty good defense by him. Let's go right now. Let's see how many I can kill. Stalkers do a good amount of damage, of course. Let's see. Maybe I can do a little bit of micro here. Got another one there. That's great. The Stalkers and stuff did all survive, though. That's unfortunate for us. But so is my medevac. And let's get that there. Make you a reactor. Get 2 extra barracks up here. My SCVs were definitely derping a little bit. I think I may have rallied to the wrong location or something, because that didn't look quite right what they were all doing. Now I got my engineering bay, get a 5th barracks, and I'm basically setting myself up for a massive 2-base attack here. That is the plan. It looks a bit wild. My buildings are all over the place, but I'm just trying to secure everything as well as possible. I got my tanks spread against a war prism coming in. And yeah, I'm gonna make a turret here, and then everything should be pretty much closed, I would say. This is like a decent wall off if Zealots would come in. Maybe with 2 Ravens I can even do some more damage here. Like as soon as I get... I feel like right now I'm doing good. As soon as I get medevacs out, I'm gonna feel quite safe. And then we're gonna end up seeing how good my transition actually was. Because even if you're ahead, I really think I should be ahead after that opener by far. If you mess up the follow-up, it's still gonna bring your opponent back into the game, right? And I am not super confident that this follow-up was great. You can see he is saving up Zealots. Let's see how many probes I can target. Actually, a pretty decent amount. I think it was 4 or 5 maybe, probably 4. What's very important here to see is whenever you attack with Terran, yeah, okay, at this point it's very obvious what he's doing. My wall-off strategy is going to prove right. I don't think I need to bring the rest at home. I'm just going to make a little bit of additional wall here, and then we should be completely safe. Keep the Marines in the back, so they can't die to splash of their own Widow Mines. I do see a little bit of a weakness here, actually. he could totally drop on top of my tank. So maybe... Oh, I do have stim already. Yeah, then it's perfect. Yeah, exactly what I was gonna say. I do need to keep some units here to drop to guard my tanks rather. I think I'm gonna get that actually with good micro. There we go. The prism dies. The mines destroy the zealots. This is what... Oh, actually my own tank killed it. That's a little bit unfortunate. He blinks forward. It's not gonna work out. I have my ravens to drop some auto turrets, and that is gonna be it. Bad game, lucky. All right. Yeah, I mean, sure, if that was your opinion. I don't think it was lucky. I think my strategy was pretty epic. To be real though, I'm not sure if this strategy was good. This game, it just worked out perfectly, but we have to keep in mind, my opponent did a relatively inefficient build. He went for an early gate before tech, didn't really seem to use it. Like, he didn't have a particular amount of stalkers when he arrived, so I think we got a bit lucky with the build, but yeah, that does happen sometimes. It happened earlier in this episode even, I believe. But I think, yeah, fantastic game. The strategy was so cool. How many workers did I kill? I killed 39 workers. I want to say I probably killed... maybe like 6 with the auto turret, so 33 of those were actually that PF rush plus double Hellion drop and run by at the same time maneuver, and that's what won me the game. It was really fantastic. Really enjoyed this strategy, and that's gonna be it for today. I think we played 5 games. Actually, myself, I played 7 because we had one guy disconnecting, so obviously that's not a great game to show, and one guy leaving instantly. But it was a really fantastic episode. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all for the next one. Adios.